Hi, I'm making a video about a drink. It's hibiscus. It's called Wonjo in Gambia. Um, you would need the hibiscus itself, sugar, and water basically, that's all. I'm also going to add the baobab drink as well, which is usually, these are the two main ones that you would find side by side being sold. It's the Wonjo and this one is called Bui. So I have already made this. I have a video called Naan Mburu, the Easter drink. If you watch that video, you would see this being in the powder state, and you would just see how I go about, getting it to this place here where I am at. So this has already been done. I'll just be adding the sugar. Okay, for the Wonjo itself, there are different strengths, and I guess people can just tell. For instance, this one, I've been told it's very strong. What it means by that is you don't need a lot. Basically, you could see it's like really red, and there's a good taste to it, like really strong. And, well, you just don't need a lot, really. So if I'm doing it, I won't use a lot. And especially that I actually don't plan to make a lot, so I don't know. This will probably be enough. So what I'll do first of all is to wash it. And this is how I wash it. I have the bowl underneath, and I'll just fill it with water. And firstly, I just want to take off all the little debris and some sand or whatever it may have in there. Okay. Before I start doing this, I just want to say the video is specially being made for Fatuke. I hope you and your husband do well, and say hi to Mum. Your video is finally here. I'm so sorry it's taken forever, but I hope you like it. And look, I have this one as a surprise or as a sorry. Okay, let's get started. Oh, the ingredients. Did I already say I'm so sorry. I'm tired today. So it's the hibiscus, the sugar. I have a jug here. If you're making this at home, there's really no need to use these bags. I have this bag just because I wanted to show that effect of how really it's made in Gambia. Well, sold in schools. These are one of the things you'd find at lunchtime being sold to children. And I have a rather large bag here, but in Gambia they have specific sizes, and they range from really, really small to, the biggest one that children can possibly afford. So I'm just using these ones that I use for freezer bags, but at the end of the day, you'd get the idea. So if anyone was making this at home in Gambia, they really wouldn't use this. I don't think so. They'd probably have it in the jug. The reason being, in school, when children are buying it, you wouldn't sell children drink in the cup. They're out and about running and stuff, so they'd have it here and it's frozen. Right, so it's in the sink now. This is probably really silly. I don't think I need to show anyone how to wash this. But that's all I'm just going to do. Well, maybe you could see how strong it is, because the color of the water will probably go red. Well, not red, but at least start to change. That was for me, just to take out the sand and the really tiny ones that I don't want, which is why I'm using the bigger salad tosser. So I'm now just going to pour this out. I'm just going to rinse that quickly and fill it with water. And then now I can pour this back in here. And then wash it really well. And when I mean really well, you know, like nothing special really, because you will get to need to serve this two times when you're done, like boiling it. Okay, the water didn't change like I said it would. It usually happens, I don't know why. Maybe it's cold. We're in autumn, everything is cold. But that's it really. So I tipped what was in the bowl back in the sieve just for the last time. And I have this much water in the pan. I think this is about 750 mils, and they've just started. So now you just want to put this in here. The water is just up to you, like how much drink do you want to make, basically. And I don't want to make a lot, I just wanted to show how to do it. So this now just needs to boil rapidly. Put it on high heat, and boiling it is what takes the color off of the hibiscus and into the water. That's it. Okay, so I thought to make this one whilst the hibiscus is boiling. This is the baobab one, and it's basically the same process. So this is sugar, and you just sugar it to what you want really. How much sugar you drink is up to you. You take, so I have it that thick. It isn't really thick, but not too watery. Don't want to make it tasteless. So, okay, so I'm going to add as much sugar as I want, and I'll mix it through. Okay, so I wanted to show you the lime or lemon. This is at 7 minutes. You can see the color is beginning just to change, and it isn't boiling yet. Lime or lemon. I happen to know of some people would use the lime, cut it up, let's say quarter it, and then put 1/4, well, depending on how much you're making, in here. Not squeezing it at all, just putting it like that with the peel and everything, just popping it in like that. That's just because I think it's a known fact that lime or lemon, you know, these are one of those ingredients that once you pop it in something, especially with desserts, it just brings out everything properly. And it's not necessarily about tasting the lime or lemon. It's just one of those things. I don't really like to do that. Or I actually also don't like to add it when it's warm at all. So for me, when I'm adding the sugar, I like to add the lemon rather than lime. So, sorry, you can't see that, the flash. So I actually add lemon, and you'll see me doing that anyway. I've added the sugar that I want in here. When you're adding the sugar, do it, you know, little by little. Make sure you mix it thoroughly, so you don't over-sugar it in the end. Does that make sense, over-sugar? But, you know, even when I mix, I will leave it, go away, do something, and just see if the sugar is going to settle, come back down. Basically, just do it little by little, just so you get everything really right. And now I'm just going to pop them in here. And I'm going to do all. That's all I'm going to do. Scoop it up and pop it in here, tie it, and then I will show you. Okay, I'm done putting them in the bags. I have 7 there, all finished. And they look, they're very sticky because it was very messy. So I'm going to go and wash them. Now, what you do with this is nothing else but put it in the freezer. And they're in the bag for that specific reason. If you have those really nice lolly trays and you were making this at home and you prefer using that, it's obviously okay. The only thing with that is you don't really know the rate of how this melts, or I don't know, you can use it. But another thing you could have done was put it in the jug. But I really don't know of anybody who makes baobab drink and put it in the jug. It's mainly the hibiscus one that would make sense in the jug. For this one, it's probably best to have it like this. So I'm going to wash it and it goes in the freezer. Next time you see it, it's going to be frozen solid. And all you need to do is bite the tip off and start eating. Start sucking. Excuse the all washed. They don't really look any different, obviously. So freezer it goes. Iron my pot in the pan. Gas there. So this is the hibiscus. It's at 22 minutes. Okay, with the hibiscus, when I was saying you don't really need a lot, whatever amount you put in the water, eventually it's going to color it red. But do remember, you're not really looking for that redness at the end of the day. Well, you are, but that's not the only thing you want, because you want the taste of it. So even though you have a really good one, doesn't mean you just put a pinch. You will have redness, but it will eventually just be water and sugar that you're, eating, so drinking. So put a good amount, and, you'll get the taste and the color. It's really done. I can switch it off right now, but in my number obsession, I'll probably leave it till 30 minutes and just switch it off and let it sit there until it cools. Then I drain it. It's at 31 minutes. I've just switched it off right now. And you can pick it. You can see how red it is. Now what I'll do is, because I need it to cool down, so I might as well just leave the hibiscus itself there. There's no need to take it out until I'm done. I'll leave it there to cool down to the temperature that I want it, which is basically lukewarm, because as soon as I'm done sieving it, it's going to go in the freezer, and you don't want to put something hot in the freezer. So I'm just going to leave it as it is until we get to that point. So I have the hibiscus that I've been boiling. It's about 40 minutes, even an hour possibly. It looks as if it's really hot, but really it isn't. I think it's just cold, the atmosphere. So I'm now going to strain it. There's the bowl underneath. I'll do this in the sink. Sorry, I can't show you that because I'm cooking and everywhere is messy at the moment. So I'll just do that. And I didn't show you this strainer, but you'll possibly need it because you have some that will go through here. Well, some of you might be using this already. It's just these are the ones that I have. So I'm going to do it here and then I'll strain it off here. The idea really would be to have the liquid with no bits in it. So I've strained it out of the pot, and that's what we have here. So this is how much we used, and then I restrained it again using the smaller one. And you can just about see just some bits on there. But this is what you have off of the bowl. So I just really held it back as I was doing it, slowly. And this would be sand, I don't know, stuff, something of the sort. You could have used the kitchen towel. Probably would have even helped, because I'm sure I just will have some in there, but nothing of a great deal that would worry you. So now, again, just like the baobab, add your sugar and mix, and then we package them in here. Or, because this is the hibiscus one, you could obviously use this for presentation purposes, so you had guests, or just you at home, you prefer it that way. I'm just doing this, just to be sentimental or traditional. Right, so I'm adding my sugar. Oh, the lemon. Okay, it's out of sight. Okay, so I explained earlier about the fruit, you having had, just cut off a piece and put it in the pots when you were boiling it without, squeezing it out or peeling it or anything of the such. So now I'm just going to add my sugar. This is really lukewarm, that if you put it in the bag, nothing would happen. But, warm enough to help you with the melting of the sugar. Okay, so for me, I like to add the bottle lemon. I mean, if I had the fruit, I would add the fruit as well. But like I said, this is not that I want to taste the lemon in it, but it just brings it out. So just that was enough for me for this amount I'm making. So I continue to add the sugar. Like I said again, you know, do it bit by bit just so you don't put too much sugar in it. And yeah. And after I've done all the sugar that I want, I will put it in here and then show you just as I've done with the baobab, and then it goes in the fridge. So I've finished putting them in the bag, and I've washed them again just to avoid it being sticky. And I did 7 just because I have 7 of these baobab ones, and what I have left I've put it in the jug. So now
because I'm probably one of your biggest fans, but that performance has kind of left me with
So this is what we're really looking forward to. I hope now you begin to get the idea. So this is going back in the freezer. So everything is ready. It's obviously all frozen solid now. This is the next day, but not to say that it didn't freeze yesterday. This is mint. Traditionally, I would say this is added almost all the time, but I personally don't like to add mint in my wonjo. By the way, you only add it on the hibiscus drink, in the hibiscus drink, not this one, not the baobab. I just don't like the taste or the flavor in there. I just like it really plain. You can add the fresh one or the dry one. This is the dry one that I usually have in my cupboard. And if you're going for a more subtle flavor, I would say add the dry one and add it when everything is done. Say right now, put it in the jug and just, I don't know, wait 10 minutes or so, and that's fine. If you really like it, I guess next time you could go further, put it in there when it's warm, just as when you were putting it in here. Now, for the sorrel and even the baobab, it's fairly easy to get. It's much more easy than other African products because these are dried products, and people are bringing them a lot more easily than the, let's say, fish and so on, because those require licensing. You know, you have to go through all that to bring them in. So that's it really. I will pour some of the one I had in the jug for you to see the color. That's it. Enjoy.